So under the old travel rules, if coming from a grey list country, you had to do a 72-hour pre-departure test and a day 2 test on arrival for both fully and non-fully vaccinated with no need to quarantine. If coming from an amber list country, you have to do a 72-hour pre-departure test and a day 2 test, and if you're fully vaccinated, you had no need to quarantine. But if you're not fully vaccinated, you also had to do a day 8 test and quarantine for 10 days. If coming from a red list country, you had to do a 72-hour pre-departure test, a day 2 and a day 8 test, and you had to quarantine in a government-approved hotel for 11 nights. So here's the update. Under the new travel rules from October the 4th, there is no more green list and amber list. The green list and the amber list have now been merged into one list known as the rest of the world list. The red list still exists, but is now much shorter, with 8 countries taken off the list, such as Turkey and Kenya, and this will take place from September 22nd. If travelling to the UK and coming from a non-red list country, and you're fully vaccinated, i.e. double jabbed, you will no longer need to take a 72-hour pre-departure test before coming to the UK. However, you still have to do a day 2 PCR test. This will eventually be replaced by a cheaper lateral flow test by the end of October in time for the school holidays. If you're not fully vaccinated, which means you've not had a jab or you've had just a single jab, you still have to isolate for 10 days and take a PCR test by day 2 and day 8. You can do a test release by day 5, which means you can shorten your isolation periods to 5 days, but you still have to do a day 8 test. Bear in mind that you still be called by Test and Trace every day, and you could even have an unscheduled visit from them. So do try and obey the isolation rules or face a fine of 10 grand. You would have to be a UK national or a resident if coming from a red list country to the UK, and fully vaccinated or not, you would have to quarantine for 11 nights in a government-approved hotel at a cost of about £2,000 for each adult. So any arrival who fails to take the mandatory day 2 test will be fined £1,000, and if you fail to take the mandatory day 8 test, will be fined £2,000, and your quarantine period will be extended to another 14 days, as well as a £5,000 fixed penalty notice, which means your fine could rise to £10,000 if you fail to quarantine in a hotel. Previously, you were only recognised as fully vaccinated if you were double jabbed in the UK or one of the EU countries, but other countries have now been added to the list, such as Australia, New Zealand, Japan and Canada. Now I hope you find this video useful, and for more COVID related updates, please subscribe to my channel.